over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco. On the ground with their leading rusher from the season ago, it's Alex Collins. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone.
Operating off play action, Flacco. And his throw is incomplete. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he's got Snead.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. 4-time Pro Bowler Derek Johnson. Play action, Flacco. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Underneath to Allen. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
These are the Ravens who came from Cleveland and formerly were the Browns.
They also have some history, though. The Ravens, between these two teams, won an AFC championship game in 2001. Also beat a Derek Carr-less Raiders 30-17 in Oakland a year ago.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pitch it out to Collins. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
On 2nd down, Collins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now it's Flacco. Over the middle here to Brown. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. From midfield, here's Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
One of the things I like to do when I'm scouting players is talk to those who knew him before.
Now, 185.
Carr gives to Richard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Carr now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line.
But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
Here's Collins, and he'll lose yardage.
But his quickness now is overwhelming when he works inside against guards and centers. And that allows him to make plays as one we just saw there, getting into the backfield and getting a tackle for the loss. Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick, try and change field position, help out your team.
Down goes Joe Flacco in the end zone. It's a safety. There's a give to Richard. He'll be dropped at the 30.
Get set. 185.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now, 185.
On 1st down, Carr. Being chased out left. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here.
Now, 180.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson.
You want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
Second down, Flacco now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch.
Green, 39.
A first throw for the backup Jackson to Allen on the dump off. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
There's a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's got this down to the 35.
319.
Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds.
Let's go. Green,
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Carr now on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release. Now Carr again. Now he'll escape to his right. And that will be incomplete as well. And it is good.
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who have the lead in the second quarter. Andy Dalton with 2 touchdown passes there. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis. Check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Tannehill's thrown a touchdown there. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game.
Separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Carr to throw on second down. Shows his strength at the 50. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Carr now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And Nelson's got it here right side. The 20, 10, 5, and all of a sudden they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. They come out here in the eye. On first and goal, Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington.
Some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now a give to Collins. And he'll be brought down here.
Green 39.
On third down, Jackson caught left side to Crabtree. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40. He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore.
4 down. Here we go now. Green 39.
Now Jackson on second down. Drops it underneath for Collins.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll start the drive with Washington. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now a play fake. Carr. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On first, here's Washington. And an alley to run. And past the 35. On first down, Carr. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Carr going option right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Ravens have got it. Yeah, nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect him. Means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Set. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And he went nowhere.
Get down.
Carr gives it off to Washington. It's a pickup of 6. On 2nd down, Washington. And very little there. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he'll get inside the 4. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now. They stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense,
Here we go.
be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory.
When you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll run. This is Allen. And he'll get in. Touchdown. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
What she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here.
Easy. Kill. Hey, we're good.
On 2nd down, Lynch. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Carr to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact. A handoff for Washington. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Staying on the ground with Washington. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Get down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good. And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route.
False start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free.
All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Underneath to Allen. 20.
As they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he'll take this one inside the 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. The clock continues to roll. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, the 40, the 30, past the 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this one's caught.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
False start, offense.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. On the give, this is Washington. Right back to Washington. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They'll run. It's Washington. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short.
If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Jackson going to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a...
That doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
On third down, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Raiders, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta